This is Flip Class video number 6. In this video, we'll talk about some of the specific property regarding string. As we mentioned previously, string literals are basically just a sequence of characters that is being treated as one item. And you can declare a string using a double quotation or a single quotation. However, both the ending and the opening quotation must be the same type. So you can use both double quotation or both single quotation in order to declare a string literal. Here we are introducing a couple of simple operations that you can apply to string literals. The first one is called string indexing. In string indexing, you can index to one single character within a string literal. In this following example, we declare a variable called str, and the value of the variable str is a string called spam and x. So there are 11 characters in spam and x. Okay, we can reference to any character within this string variable using an indexing system, using the square bracket. So we can refer to the first character, which is the s, as str with a square bracket of 0, and str square bracket 1 as the second character, which is p, and the third character can be indexed by str square bracket 2. Okay. Notice that in string indexing and in most computer science systems, we are using a zero-based numbering system. That means the first item is item number 0. The second item is item number 1. And the nth item is indexed with item number n-1. So the 11th character, which is the s character in this example, is actually referenced by the index number of 10. Another simple operation you can perform on string literals are called string slicing. In string slicing, you can reference to a sequence of characters within a string. And you specify that by using the name of the variable of the string variable, and then followed by a bracket within the range of the string character that you want to reference. In this example, we want to reference the character in spam and egg from index number 2 to index number 6 without the index number 6, which is basically character item number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So we can use the index slicing as the name of the variable and then the square bracket and then 2 colon and 6, indicating that we want character item number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you need to be very careful about that. It does not include character item number 6 when you specify from item 2 to item 6. This is the actual example code in Python showing you how to apply string indexing and string slicing. Here we first declare a variable called Python with 6 characters. So the second line of code refers to for printing out item number 1. Item number 1 is the second character, which is the character y. All right. And the third line of code is printing out character item number 5 of the string. Item number 5 means the 6th item, which is the character n. And then in the last line of code, it is referring to a substring within the character within the string variable, and the substring is indexed from item number 2 to item number 4. So 2 to 4 means item number 2 and item number 3 without item number 4. All right. So it is referring to the third item and the fourth item in the character string, which is the character T and character H. You can also apply a negative number index in string indexing in string slicing. In negative index, we start from the right side of the string literal, and the rightmost character is referred as item number -1, and then item number -2, and so on. Okay, so index number -1 is referring to the last character. In this example, it is a character S. And index number -2 is the second last character, which is character G in this example. Here we provide an example of illustrating how to use negative indexing in Python. So first of all, the first line of code is just printing out a simple string literal of Python. In the second line of code, we provide 3 different examples of how to use negative index in string literal. In the first example, we print out the last character of the string literal Python. So basically, that will result printing out of the character n. And then the second one is printing out index number -4 from the string literal Python. So the fourth last character of Python is the character T. And then in the last one is printing out a substring starting from item number -5, ending with item number -2. So item number -5 is the character Y. Item number -2 is the character O. So we are printing out starting from character Y, ending with character O, without including character O. So that would result of the printing out of the substring of YTH. All right. If we continue with the example, so first of all, we declare a string variable called str1, and the contents of str1 is spam and x. Okay. So in the fourth line of code with this example, it's just printing out index item number -2, the second last character, which is the character G. All right. And then in the fifth line of code, it's just printing out a substring starting with index number -8, ending with index number -3. Index number -8 is the character M. So you count the number of characters starting from the right side and then count 8 characters. Then you will count to the number N. And index number -3, you start from the right side, count 3 characters, which is this character G. All right. And once again, notice that when we do string slicing, we do not include the last character. So we start with M, end with G, without including the character G. That would be resulting in the substring of M space N space E. Okay. And in our last example, in the last line of code, we perform a string slicing, starting with character number 0, ending with character number -1. So we start with the character S from the left side, and then ends with the character S from the right side, without including the character S on the right side. So that would result with a substring of spam and egg. In string slicing, you do not need to include both of the bound of the slicing. So you can leave it open. If you leave the bound open, then the default would be the end of the string. So in the first line of code, we provide 3 examples. In the first example, we want to print out the substring of Python starting with item number 2. Item number 2 in Python is the character T, and it does not supply an ending bound. So we would print out from starting with the character T until the end. That would generate the substring of THON. Similarly, you can specify the ending bound without the starting bound. So in the second example of the first line of code, we print out starting with the first character and then ends with item number 4. Item number 4 is the character O in Python. Notice that in slicing, we do not include the last character. So we start with the beginning. We end with O without including the O. So the substring to slide here is PYTH. And then in the last example of the first line of code, we don't provide an ending bound and we don't provide a starting bound. So the default would be start from the first character and then it end with the rest of the character in this string. So that would basically generate the entire character string of Python. Okay. And similarly, we can do negative indexing without providing the starting bound or the ending bound. In the second line of code, in the first example, we want to slide from the starting bound of item number -3. Item number -3 is the character H. Okay, so starting with the character H until the end, because we do not supply an ending bound, so that would generate the substring of HOM. And then in the second example of the second line of code, we do not provide a starting bound, so we start from the beginning. The ending bound is -3. -3 is the character H. And once again, in string slicing, we do not include the last character. So we will start with the beginning. So PYT, and then the ending bound is the character H without including the character H. So that would generate the substring of PYT. That concludes our introduction to string slicing and string indexing to string literal. We will continue with some more advanced features for string operation during the lecture.